Hello everyone, I'm meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 11 a.m. news and weather updates from the First Alert Desk. Now we've got news out of Pitt County where Pitt County deputies are asking for your help in finding this person. According to deputies, 42-year-old Hector Rosales Garrido was last seen yesterday wearing a white Sherwin-Williams t-shirt without sleeves and a black undershirt. He's about 6 foot 3 inches tall, weighs about 200 pounds, and has brown eyes. He may be driving in a green 2001 Chevy Suburban with NC tag XXY4850. Again, that's a 2001 Chevy Suburban. Deputies ask if you see him. Please give them a call at 252-758-7777. Now we want to turn our attention to breaking news out of really London, where President Donald Trump is announcing that the U.S. has reached a new trade deal with China. Now again, there is certainly some ironing out that still needs to take place, but according to a social media post from the president, apparently, again, had reached a trade deal with China. The post reads in part, "Our deal with China is done, subject to final approval with President Xi and me," end quote. Now, the deal was apparently reached following high-level talks between representatives of both countries in meetings in London. U.S. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick also confirmed the framework of a deal, and it is in place and signals a commitment to de-escalate tensions between the two countries. Lutnick had also indicated that U.S. restrictions on advanced tech sales to China would be rolled back as Beijing approves rare earth exports. President Trump wrote in his post that, quote, "We are getting a total of 55% tariffs. China is getting 10% tariffs. Relationship is excellent," end quote. And now we turn our attention to your weather forecast, where today we're looking at isolated spot downpours across eastern North Carolina, mostly in the afternoon, but it does look like, again, we're already starting to see some of that pop-up storm activity already occurring across parts of the region. Let's take a look at your your radar picture right now. We skip past your satellite, going straight to the raindrops. Right now, those drops again coming down heaviest in Virginia. I do want to highlight that we do have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for, again, southern Virginia, right near the North Carolina line. We'll take our focus back into eastern North Carolina, and here you can see, again, some spotty showers and isolated downpours moving from Edgecombe County and Pitt County into Martin, Bertie, and looks like now even Washington County getting in the mix with a little downpour there just on the northwestern side of Phelps Lake. Now, air temperatures continue to rise with high humidity. Higher heat will lead to a better opportunity for storms later on this afternoon. Right now, most of our air temperatures generally in the upper 70s to low 80s. Humidity very much summertime level. Right now we're seeing dew points in the low to mid 70s. Again, dew points are a measure of how much moisture is in the air. The higher your dew points, the higher the moisture content. So for me, I'm always rooting for a low dew point. That way I don't have to sweat every time it feels like I step outside. Here's what we've got in Morehead City. 79 degrees at the Sedentary Restaurant. Feels like 82 when you factor in a 73-degree dew point. A south-southwesterly wind will keep that heat in play today, coming out of the south-southwest at around 9 miles an hour. Of course, a lot happening in Big Rock today. A lot of boats heading out, 253 to be exact. So let's go over your marine forecast. For the Sounds, again, an isolated spot storm possible later on this afternoon and evening. Of course, fishing wraps up at around 3. That is, of course, assuming that boats aren't hooked up. If they are hooked up, I believe they have until 7 p.m. To get back to the dock. Anyways, winds for the Sounds today. Southwesterly winds 5 to 10 knots for the first half of the day. Tail end of the day, that may increase up to around 10 to 15 knots. Waves at around 1 to 2 feet. Off the northern Outer Banks, waves around 2 to 3 feet. Southwesterly winds at around 5 to 10 knots. And again, that chance of isolated spot storms will continue from the northern Outer Banks to the southern Outer Banks and even the Crystal Coast. Winds will be stronger when you get south of Cape Hatteras, coming in around 10 to 15 knots, and waves will be at around 2 to 4 feet south of Hatteras. But of course, the further out you go, the more exposure you'll have to that stationary front that is producing some heavy downpours and thunderstorms. Do want to say good morning to Frankie Avalon Jr. Thank you so much for joining me over on Facebook. Good news. Good news. Let's see. Good news. Got rain in the forecast. Don't have to worry about a drought. There we go. There it is. Good news. It just depends on your outlook. 86 degrees coming up this afternoon at around 3 p.m. 85 by 4, 84 by 5, 83 by 6. And the reason we'll see those air temperatures come down that quickly is just because of the rain showers that will be present. Now, if you don't have any rain over you, then you probably end up staying a little bit warmer as we head through the afternoon. Now, overnight tonight, we will likely see, again, air temperatures hold in the low to mid 70s. That maintains the humidity across eastern North Carolina and keeps that chance of rain in the forecast for really your Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week. It just continues. This is just your summertime pattern. Right now, models are giving us, at least this run of our models, giving us a very wet forecast. I don't think it's going to be that wet. So, Frankie, there you go. It's not going to be this bad out there by the time we get to around 4:45 later on this evening. It'll be better. Think about that. There we go. A little bit of good news for you. I'm sorry I failed earlier with my shot at rain, but here we go. Coming up for your Thursday, starting out the day, partly mostly sunny skies. High temperatures expected coming up for your Thursday afternoon. Could get into the low 90s for tomorrow, and that will again spark another round of some spot showers and storms. It just happened this time of year because of the heat and humidity. Here's your look at your full 8-day forecast. This coming weekend, of course, Father's Day weekend, it's not going to be complete cloud cover, but there is certainly a pretty good shot everyone will see rain at some point on both Saturday as well as Sunday. And, throw Friday in there as well. Friday is looking like the wettest day over the next 8. But again, we're not really seeing a true dry day anytime soon, as each afternoon will again feature air temperatures in the mid to upper 80s. Thursday coming up tomorrow, low 90s, and high humidity. Both of those ingredients, when they come together, do a great job of creating those pop-up afternoon showers and storms. Well, that's all we have time for today's 11 a.m. news and weather update from the First Alert desk. Frankie, hopefully you have an amazing rest of your day. Hopefully, again, you can come across some good news that truly makes you smile. Anyways, that's all we have time for. We'll be back with more news and weather coming up at the top of the hour. Until then, I hope you all have a fantastic, fantastic Wednesday.